fellow Americans, if you have children in the room, please get them out because this could get really ugly, okay? Thank you very much. Thank you, Donald. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. So I wasn't going to do a show today, and I certainly wasn't going to do a show this late, but I figured, what the hell? It's been a very busy week, folks. It's been a terrific week, and actually not so terrific, okay? Not so terrific. So, yeah, hey, I'm Michael Clive. Welcome to Reading Trump's Tweets. I am the world's most authentic Trump impressionist, among others. And so, here's the thing. What a week. Bloody hell. Bloody fucking hell. I watched the hearings yesterday. If any of you were watching with me, and I watched the hearings and I was commenting on it, and I didn't want to interrupt the people as they're talking because if people are watching and listening, I don't want to sit there and go, "Oh, what a stupid bitch," So I had to keep my comments, a little short. I'm trying to talk in between their sentences, so. I got a little bit in, but, not too much. And then a little bit at the end. But, man, what a thingy. Hello. That's better. We got a little low end going on here. So, yes, this was a crazy hearing with the two of them, with that nutty-looking, disheveled woman. And, yeah, I know people are like, "Oh, you're so mean." I'm not mean. I'm not mean. Look, there's something wrong with this woman. This Kathleen Ford. Okay? Something wrong with her. Bigly. And, I went over this yesterday a bit, but, her whole memory recollection thing is because of her visits to her psychotherapist, okay, which is not a psychologist, it's not a psychiatrist, it's a psychotherapist. She is a psychologist. If that doesn't scare the hell out of you. Well, right. Imagine her psychoanalyzing you. Right? And so how did you, was it, oh. But it's typical that a psychologist will have a therapist of her own because she's so screwed up herself, which is why usually they choose to do this work. And that's not a joke. That's usually, they don't end up getting into psychology or psychiatry or psychotherapy because they're all fixed. It's because they got so many issues, they became interested in, I'm really fucked up. I wonder if I can help other people do this. But really, okay, my sister is a psychotherapist. Okay, like I said, it's not a psychologist. See, the psychotherapist, they don't believe in drugs. They don't know about drugs. That's not part of their thing. They don't try to help you by giving you antidepressants. They don't believe in it. They believe in holistic medicine. Like I said the other day, if you got some sort of thing and you pick it up, some substance, and you hold it in your hand, and your hand gets weak, well, that means you're allergic to it. Okay, total BS. So now the other thing is that they deal in regression therapy, which is where they go back in time. They try to make you think back, and think about the people who may have done things to you in the past. And about memory and how it's not always accurate. But when you're sitting in an office like that and you're going over and over, sometimes you come up with things that are not entirely accurate. And then what the psychotherapist tells you to do is go attack them. Go get them. And they do. They go and they face this person that supposedly did this thing to them. So you have to understand, I watched my sister disown our whole family because of all the stuff that she thinks happened. And it was traumatic for us, okay? And so anyway, it's ugly, and this is why, I really don't blame Miss Ford I just think she's a real nut job. I think she's really messed up. I think she was abused by somebody or a group of people or a hell of a lot of people over the course of many years. She's messed up. Okay? I mean, her appearance, her disheveled appearance. Now, sometimes they'll do that for a court case to make you look, like, oh, okay, let's mess your hair up. They'll do that. Okay? To try to, for the sympathy thing. So they may have done that, but I don't know. She had her glasses on at one point and she had this hair caught in there like this. And she's just talking like nothing's wrong. A normal person would have cleared that out. So there's something wrong with her, as Judge Judy says. There's something wrong with you. Really, something wrong with you. So, yes, she's got some serious issues. I mean, it's sad. It was sad to watch. But the other thing was listening to her. And everything was like this. And almost at some point, her testimony started to get a bit robotic. Whereas if she was almost playing the victim perfectly, right? Perfectly. And it was just everything was like this. And then she'd go and I remember the laughter in the hippocampus. The what? And I know what she's talking about, but the rest of America's going, what? So she's inept. She can't keep fucking hair out of her eyes and all this stuff. And she's got a part that's crooked down the side of her head and everything else. And her glasses are all oily and dirty because she doesn't know how to fucking clean them. But she knows about the hippocampus. No, really. There's something wrong with this woman. She's very disturbed. I think she believes what she believes, but she's wrong. She's wrong. So that's my opinion of her. As harsh as you may think it is, sorry. I do have a little bit of experience in this, and I do sort of read people for a living, and that's my read on her. She's screwed up. And I'm sure I'm not the only person to think that. It was bizarre. It was truly, truly bizarre. And then when what's his name asked her, what is this? Do we have the clip? Well, Trump's tweets. This is funny. I have no tweets today. Can you believe it, folks? There's no tweets. There might be one. I think there's one. Look. Oh, there's one. Here, this is the elevator incident. Where's the other one here? Okay, we have that. There I am. I want to talk to you a minute. Shut the fuck. Booker, this is this is the other one. This is it. Okay, so listen to this.
So here's some of what went on yesterday. Here's what Dr. Christine Blasey Ford said about her experience with the man who could become our next Supreme Court justice. Take a look.
Dr. Ford, with what degree of certainty do you believe Brett Kavanaugh assaulted you?
100%.
What is the strongest memory you have?
Indelible in the hippocampus is the laughter. The uproarious laughter.
The uproarious laughter. It really almost sounds rehearsed. Because her tone, everything is the same and it goes on like this. And another thing I found that was extremely bizarre was that it didn't matter who was crying. If it was Kavanaugh or her starting to cry, nobody had any tissues. Did you notice that? Nobody offered her a tissue. So probably this was set up like this. Let's make it look really awful. That's bizarre and cruel, as I would expect from Democrats these days. It's horrible. But yeah, that was this happened, and then
between the two, and they're having fun at my expense.
Ew, back up a little. Wait. Thank you. I'm not ready to look at that yet. See, did you notice I'm having fun between the two at my expense? That just almost seems like too perfect, too stupid a line. Let's let it sound like something from a movie. I'm sorry. It does. To me, it does. And there's just something wrong here. There's something that's not right. And the way she's talking about all this going on, and I'm just, you watch other judges handle cases. And, of course, I always talk about Judge Judy because I love her. She's so awesome. But, you think about this. What do you see on Judge Judy a lot of the times, right? What do you see? You know what I'm getting at? What she says to people? I don't believe you. But I don't believe you. Right? She's just like, don't believe you. I don't believe you. I believe him. Right? That's her job. That's what she does. There's nobody in there cross-examining or anything like that. That's her job. That's what she does. She's like, they don't keep me here because I'm beautiful and, 5'8". Everybody always likes that. They always like, yeah. And that was the other thing, too. The lady that came in, what the hell was her name? That other, the chick that sat there on the desk and asked a bunch of questions. Oh, yeah, they were real tough questions, weren't they? That was a mistake by the Republicans. But the Republicans, you see, they were being so cordial because they didn't want to offend anybody. This is the difference going on between the Democrats and the Republicans. This has been going on more than 8 years. But Obama magnified this. All of a sudden, this whole party just gets really asshole-ish, has contempt for everybody else. The Republicans, sure, Trump tweets. He tweets a lot of crazy stuff. But you got to go on Twitter to read it, okay? He's not showing up at your restaurant where you're eating and bugging the shit out of you. He's not being immature like that. He's not shouting you down, okay? Unless you're at a press conference. Excuse me, I'm talking. Like, what does Judge Judy say? What is her line? She says, hers is, it's the same as, excuse me, but hers is, just a second. She's perfect. But yeah, same thing. But, that's what I mean. No Republicans are doing what Democrats do. They're fucking annoying. They get in your face. Remember Obama, he's one that told people, like, if you see somebody, argue with them. Get in their face. Well, fuck you, Obama. He started this. So all the Democrats now got this sudden air about, oh, well, it's okay. I guess we can act like assholes then. This is going to be great. Obama says we can do it. And from that point on, shit got really ugly. So, he's to blame. I don't know why people want to put him up here. Like, he's an asshole. He's as sarcastic as anyone else. He just does it in a different way. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't pretend you don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? It's a joke. It's a joke. It's really sad. It's really sad. I mean, what the Democrats have done. And I know people who are Democrats, diehard Democrat, you're going to say, oh, yeah, you're just saying that. Look, I'm not a Republican. I'm an independent. I can go either way. And I look at common sense. And what I saw the past day and 2 days is a bunch of assholes called Democrats who don't want to give up whatever. They already said. They didn't care Kavanaugh. They didn't care who Trump picked. They didn't care. They made this clear from day one. Whoever he picks, we're going to take him down. We're not going to approve it. Chuck Schumer, dickhead number one. Then you got Dick House on the committee up here, Mr. Whitehouse. He had it in for Kavanaugh from day one also when he was doing the interviews, the 30 hours or whatever they did there. And he was like, he kept asking him, he was like, what about this? And you got this one here. And Kavanaugh was so kind. He was like, oh, well, and Whitehouse was, well, I didn't ask for that, but all right. Just total asshole, right? Just looking for anything they can find. Assholes. They're assholes. And they've corrupted this whole system. There's no kindness anymore. The thing that pissed me off the most today, really pissed me off, was this fucking Jeff Flake. Yeah, you talk about a flake. Okay, this guy flaked. And probably why they flaked, probably the Democrats offered to set him up with a freaking GoFundMe account. Hey, we're going to set you up with a Well, that's what Christine Ford did. Okay, check this out. Check this out. So somebody found 5 different GoFundMe accounts set up for Christine Ford. How much you think is in them now? Like $900,000? Yeah. And so, you know, people are asking, oh, why would she do this? Oh, the price she will pay. Oh, that's why. They probably set this whole fucking thing up. Don't worry, okay, don't worry. We're going to tell you what, here, we're going to set you up in a GoFundMe accounts. I guarantee you you're going to get a lot of money. Well, okay. Bet me, right? This is all a setup because that's what Democrats do. They set shit up behind the scenes. And they're talking about the Republicans. Oh, there was a bunch of chest beating. Yeah, well, I'd rather see open, honest discussion and some chest beating than this underhanded, behind the scenes fucking bullshit that the Democrats have been pulling. I tell you what, this is disgraceful. Just like I feel like, what's his name yesterday? Lindsey Graham. Oh, he's right. But he didn't go far enough. I would have stood up. You got... Listen to me, you stupid pricks. And you, Booker, you greasy son of a bitch. Why don't you... Oh, that's... All right. Man, it just pisses me off. Now, here was the... All right, enough about her. Here's what really... let's save that one. So here's this thing. This is a piece of work. Cory Booker, what a piece of shit this guy. What a sleazeball. This guy, he's got it down, man. He must have been really good in high school drama class.
And it has been
an
incredible experience, a lifetime dream to be a part of this committee. And, sir, I have a lot of respect for you. Some people have even on my side of the aisle have even criticized me for the affection with which I have for you, sir. You have been a partner. And there's something about the 4 most senior members of this committee, you all, Senator Hatch, yourself, Senator Grassley, Senator Leahy.
By the way, who's the chicken with the afro back there?
Anchors in this entire institution to a time where the comedy was deeper and greater.
She probably grew it for him. You don't have hair, baby. I'll grow all this way.
That I find admirable.
But this guy, you can go to any part of this. He takes up 24 minutes. And he's talking straight at Grassley. Grassley, who says, we need to wrap up this session. So Booker's just going on and on and on and on, trying to pretend to kiss Grassley's ass. Everybody else just says their piece and, reads it into the mic and looks up and around. Booker, for some reason, he's such a bullshit artist. He looks right at Grassley and he's going, I want you to know that, I'm just so respectful. And he's full of shit, this guy. What a corrupt piece of crap.
I did it for sincerely and deeply held beliefs. You cannot love your country unless you love all your countrymen and women.
Well, then you shouldn't be looking for a phony Spartacus moment, should you, you liar?
The goodness and
these people are greasy, they're slimy.
And even after all that, I was grateful for the comedy. The gentleman I knocked horns with most said to me, you know what? I was taught to hate the sin, but love the sinner.
Oh, you liked that? Well, then you must be a good man. My gosh, we are so fooled.
I've heard colleagues read letters that had been written, not by a Democrat or Republicans, but by Americans who are concerned about this issue.
Shut the hell up. All right, so this is the worst one. Okay, so the person who was he was like the hinge pin of the whole Republican vote for Kavanaugh. And it's Jeff Flake. Okay, so let's get to this guy. This pissed a lot of people off, including me. Okay, President Trump. I'm pretty pissed off about this because, I was really expecting this. But so the vote was 11-10. You got to understand this is why Trump always says, hey, if somebody gets sick, we're not going to get something passed. And he's not kidding. This is why people, they're going to have to vote Republicans in and get the Democrats out because the Democrats have proven themselves to be liars, corrupt, underhanded, scheming. Everybody has scandals, okay? Republican, Democrat, whatever. But you just don't get this level of nastiness but from a Democrat. in modern times. And it's very sad. Very sad. I mean, we're talking about these people are supposed to be watching out for a whole country. They're watching out for their own asses. They don't care about you. And then they fool you into thinking this bunch of bullshit. And then a lot of people buy it because they're watching one network or a series of networks that are all pushing the same propaganda. So they get suckered in. They don't know. Oh, should I do my own research like when I buy a fucking car or something, or just do what the salesman tells me is good enough? Stupid, right? Stupid. So, yeah, I'm a little upset. This pissed me off. This whole 2 days. So this thing with Mr. Flaky Flake. He's saying in the morning time that he's going to be the vote. He's like, because everybody was kind of looking to him. They're like, are you going to be the? He's like, yeah, I'm in. So after everybody said their piece and blah, 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 had their little moments. So here comes this broad. He's in an elevator. And watch this.
Why did you vote yes, Senator? Tell us why you changed your mind. Senator Flake! But why did you vote yes? I understand that you said just
on Monday,
I stood
in front of your office. On Monday, I stood in front of your office with Annie Barkan. I told the story of my sexual assault. I told it because I recognized in Dr. Ford's story that she's telling the truth.
Okay, so this one woman was sexually assaulted. She stood in front of his office one day, and now she's found him here. And because she was assaulted, and because someone's accusing someone else of being assaulted, then you gotta believe him. It must be true. Do you see the illogic in this? It's a surprise to me how many thousands or millions of people in this country are really buying this bullshit. Oh, well, there's an accusation. How would you like it if at your workplace? And I have a story about this that happened to me. It wasn't about sex, but it was about some other shit. And I didn't even find out until years later because they didn't tell me why I was let go. They just said, we're just going to go. It's like, what? Okay. So maybe I'll get to that. But this is stupid. We all understand that women get assaulted. It happens to men too. Usually it's a younger man and an older woman, and they talk him into something. Of course, that happens. But it's always been a thing throughout time, men and the women, But there are also women that lie. Believe me, that I can tell you. Okay? I think most guys have a ton of stories about women who have lied to them. So this whole thing that, what's your name? Hirono. Macy Hirono from Hawaii. I am really mad about this thing, even though I don't really sound mad. I sound like really fake mad and everything, Yeah, she's a nut. She's a nut. I don't understand. She seems really stupid. I don't understand how she got into office. But anyway, so they think, just because they tell you, women. Remember she said, women must be believed. They must be believed. Oh, all of them or? Stupid. That's a stupid thing to say. And then she goes, all men, this is for all men. Men of this country need to shut up and step up. I was like, yeah, well, you need to shut the fuck up and step down and get the hell out of this woman. People like this who say things like that are an embarrassment. I mean, you'd be held in contempt of court if you said something like that. Well, no, maybe not. But you're a liar. All men. She's blaming all men and saying all women have to be believed. Oh, I got plenty of stories of my own about women who lied and guys who lied and other people who lied and children who lied. This is stupid. Who would buy this? Here's this woman coming in. I was raped. Now watch this. Just watch.
What you are doing is allowing someone who actually violated a woman to sit in the Supreme Court. This is not tolerable. You have children in your family. Think about them. I have 2 children.
Okay, so since he has children and you have children and you were raped, then Miss Ford must absolutely be telling the truth, and Kavanaugh, he must absolutely be lying. Must. Even though there's no proof, she has no proof. She doesn't even know when it happened exactly or what house it was. Or she doesn't even remember if she got a polygraph on her grandma's funeral day or was it the next day? Yeah, we did it in a hotel near the airport and it's a bunch of shit. And then they make this big deal out of the polygraph. The polygraph. There was like 2 or 3 questions asked. Nothing specific. It's a joke. This whole thing is a joke. See what I mean? So, of course, they're not going to tell you that on CNN. You won't hear that on CNN. You'll only hear that elsewhere, okay? They leave out the details on purpose because all they want you to hear is the basic story so that you'll go, oh, this is terrible. This is what they do. They're scheming and they're crooked. They're crooked. Like Crooked Hillary. It's the same thing. Crooked Hillary.
I cannot imagine that for the next 50 years, they will have to have someone in the Supreme Court who
now look at him.
has been accused of violating a young girl. What are you doing, sir?
I was sexually assaulted and nobody believed me.
First of all, no senator or anybody should be allowed to be cornered in a building, a place like this. She could be beating the shit out of him and nobody would know. Not that that might not be such a bad idea at this point. But she this is ridiculous. And this goes on. Look, it's a minute in. This goes on in like another 3 minutes. This is fucking outrageous. So she goes on and on and on. She's screaming and he's just like, and you notice the thing when he's in giving his final speech, he comes back in, he's got this worried look, this furrowed brow, needs some Botox, because he's got a whole bunch of lines going on up there. But, and he's got the furrowed brow going and the sad eyes in the mouth like this. And he's just saying, I think we really need to, go ahead and do the FBI thing. And well, of course we know that he's crooked because his nose is crooked. It is. I don't know what happened to his nose, but it's crooked. This is just such bullshit. I don't want to hear this.
I didn't tell anyone, and you're telling all.
Now here comes another woman piling on.
Matters that they should just stay quiet because if they tell you.
See, look at him. He's bamboozled.
Happened to them. Happened to me. Doesn't matter.
Now they're crying because they think that their one issue means that any woman that comes forward is telling the truth 100%. I think millions of men would have news to the contrary. Whoa. This is just, I don't believe it.
You're going to let people who do these things into power.
Really? He's going to let people do, no. Why don't you, this is irritating. And this is what the Democrats want. They love this. Because you can't prove it either way. So if you can't prove it either way, then you certainly can't say she's lying. This is how they play. It's perfect. Oh, it's perfect. Beautiful. Thanks a lot, you son of a bitch. So, yeah, that's what good he was today. Look at this. Look at his face. Look at his face. Reminds me of a cartoon character. I can't think of who it is, but... Is it Dagwood? It's Dagwood. It is. Look, it's Dagwood. Oh, my God. What the hell? This guy, what a piece of work. What a piece of work. I tell you, I wish I had, I don't know. Maybe I need to sign up for a GoFundMe account. I got some plans. Can't seem to get them going. Wow. Of course, I think if you're not on national TV, it's tough to get that going, isn't it? Man. It seems like you appear on national TV, somebody mentions it, and all of a sudden, hey, you got $500,000. Oh, my God. I don't know. Hey, I'm the most talented man. Can I get some money? I want to make some things happen here. So I think Rush Limbaugh was wrong, though, because he said last week, he was going on about, if we lose Kavanaugh, this whole thing, you can forget the September. You can forget in the House and all this stuff. I disagree with that because the Democrats are playing what's called dirty pool. They're playing dirty. And I think that if he doesn't get it, I think Republicans are going to be so pissed off, especially middle America. I think they're going to turn out so big. It's just going to be big, huge. It's going to be huge. Okay. It's going to be very, very big. That I can tell you. And so I don't agree with that. I don't agree. I think it's going to make more people come out and say, all right, that's it. That's it. We see what the Dems are doing. We got to get them out. We can't afford to have somebody get sick and then that would be a disaster. Because you see how they play? And you remember how they played? Remember the health care bill? But we have to pass the bill so that we can find out what is in it beyond the fog and all the bullshit that I'm about to tell. Fucking Pelosi. Unbelievable. So this is how they roll. So they jam it through. Nobody read it. Wow. That's how they roll. That's how they roll. And, it's disgusting, really. They play a lot of underhanded games. Do you think... Look, think about... So here's what happened. So Coons and this goofy woman and Cory Booker and everybody else, see, what they did is they cornered Jeff Flake. They're like, look, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Because he was weak anyway. They knew that. You know, he's always got that look. He's like, poor me. I don't know if I should. He's like the guy, who was that on Saturday Night Live? Remember the guy? When people say, hey, they give him a big plate or something. Well, I can't eat all that. I mean, everything was a whine, you know. I don't know. That's Jeff Flake. He's a goofball. He can't make up his mind, wishy-washy son of a bitch. So this is the problem. So they corner him in a room. And they're like, you know, telling him, hey, look. And apparently him and Coons have been friends for a long time. So, you know, somebody wishy-washy like that, and he's already on the fence. That's not hard to push the guy over, right? So you're like, look. You know, we should have an FBI investigation. You know it in your heart. You know, of course, the guy's like, you're probably right. Okay, I'll hold my vote until we get that. Hey, you fuck. So... That's what we get. That's what we got. So we didn't get the vote until we get the FBI investigation, which isn't going to do any good. But here's my theory on this. Real quick. What is it? 35? Let's wrap this shit up. Too much. I mean, I got freaking 2 pages of stuff here. We're not going to get to it today. But listen, here's my theory on this. So they want this FBI investigation. All they want is one little disagreement. One little thing they find wrong, and they're going to go, aha, we need to do something else now. What they're going to be looking for is somebody who says, oh, yeah, I remember he did get fallen down drunk and he blacked out and something like this. And then someone's going to go, ha, we got him. He lied to the Senate. He lied. And it's going to be all over. It's just going to take one person to say that. Yeah, I remember. Oh, yeah, he passed out. And remember, Kavanaugh did say, he's like, I fell asleep a lot of times. Sure, of course. Like, yeah, I've done that too after drinking. You fall asleep, but like really fast. Yeah. I didn't like Kavanaugh's answers during the drinking questions. I felt like there was something more he should have admitted and he didn't want to. So that's why I'm nervous about this. Not that it's any big deal, you know. I mean, these people, they say, oh, they act like anybody who gets drunk and passes out is a rapist. Obviously, they know that's not true. A lot of heavy drinkers would probably disagree with that. But we do know that if you're a Democrat, you know, you're pretty ignorant. That one is true. I got in trouble for that one today. You ever notice how Democrats have such a little sense of humor? It's like really narrow. You know, Republicans, they're open-minded. They're broad. They can accept shit. You know, it's like, I know. Democrats are like, that is not funny. All right, I'm sorry. I was like, well, you better be. They're like, I don't know, like an old maid or something. Just their sense of, my sister was like that, actually. Oh my gosh, she couldn't take a joke. I mean, even as an adult, I'd joke about something. Mike, that's not funny. It isn't? Everybody else is laughing. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. But it is, you get this Democrat, they're real stiff, everything. That's not funny. Unless they're making fun of Republicans. Oh, well, then let fly. Let fly. All these fucking lefty comedians, oh, the Republicans, yeah. Well, I'm here to tell you got something coming your direction, people. Bigly. Because they weren't counting on me, that I can tell you. So, yeah, I mean, it's just their sense of humor is just, it's really narrow. It's like small, SMO, really small. Okay, but the other thing was about his temperament. Their Dems were going on about that. His temperament. Well, I did know that. For a judge, his temperament. Well, my goodness, that's terrible. Did you see how he was yelling and screaming? Like, obviously, these people haven't been in front of too many judges or something. I don't know. I mean, how should the Democrats comport themselves? They act like the Supreme Court judge is just like this deity. That, they never get upset. I mean, what would you do if somebody had pissed your whole life away with an accusation? An accusation. Nothing's proven. But this is because of this world we live in and the social media. You got everybody coming after you, your wife, making death threats, your children. It's a good thing he's a strong man, and he is. He's a strong religious man. Another thing they're probably hoping for is extending this out another week. He'll probably crack, right? He'll probably crack. He'll give in. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, fucking Flake. What a jerk. You think the Democrats would have been so kind on their side if we needed a favor from them? Are you fucking kidding me? Not a chance. That's why they've been so effective with their obstructionism and all this bullshit, all their stingy shit. It's because they all stick together. Nope. You can't have anything off of my plate. Like no matter how cruel it was. If this was the opposite, they'd be like, nope. We like our Kavanaugh. We're voting for him. That's right. We don't do that. Because Republicans and conservatives, like it or not, admit it or not, Democrats, lefties, they don't want to admit this. But they're more open-minded. They're more warm-hearted, right? This is true. They're more forgiving. This is true, too. I'll guarantee you the amount of Christians and religious people on the right versus the left is enormous. The difference is enormous, which says something about their behavior. They're cruel. They're absolutely cruel. So another thing, the letter that Ford sent in to Feinstein is it Feinstein or Feinstein? Doesn't matter. And she's like, oh, well, I didn't leak it, did I? I didn't leak it, didn't I? I wasn't me. Somebody's playing games on the Democrats, so they released it to the press. They're the ones that fucked up Ford's life. They're the ones that threw her into this because they released it, because that's what they do. They obstruct, they leak, they corrupt. They're assholes. It just all seems to go together. It's terrible. It's terrible. I'm not saying Republicans are perfect or anything like that. Oh, they're not. But the difference is, it's pretty vast. It's pretty vast. If you got to stand back and look at it with a common sense point of view, because that's what I think about this stuff. I think of it in terms of common sense. I don't come down on one side or the other because that's gay. That's just dumb. That's just stupid. Like they said, those old people, that's how it used to be. Well, we're Democrats, so we go this way. Well, have you bothered to look at the new statistics of what you're voting for? I don't need to. We're Democrats, so we go this way. They're always like, it's like they don't even think. They don't even have to think. They don't even bother thinking. Who was it Michelle Obama. She came out and gave this speech. And she says, where is it? Oh, yeah. Oh, I wish I had the clip. I'm sure I could find it. But she comes out and she goes, well, first of all, she goes, wow, my goodness. Hi, everyone. She tells this audience of spongy, stupid, ignorant minds Not stupid, ignorant. Not stupid. We don't want to say stupid people, okay? Very ignorant minds, okay? The Democrats love people like this. And she says, you know, voting doesn't require some special degree or great knowledge. That's part of the problem, isn't it? Right? That's how your lame-ass fucking husband got elected. Millions of uninformed, manipulated fans. Oh, he's so cool. Went and voted without doing the proper research. That's what's going on. That's what we've got these days. And there's no excuse because we've got so much information available to us. I mean, back in the 1800s, 1920, it's a little hard to get, you know, deep down, you know, background shit. It's everywhere if you look. And don't just take the first website you come across. Especially if it's like something like Code Pink. Don't. All right. Well, I'm going to stop there because I got other stuff. Better cross this stuff off so I know I talked about it already. All right. I'm going to get out of here. It's Friday. I don't want to be on here. I got things to do. I got some fun stuff to do. So, listen. All right. Thanks for watching. If you did, if you didn't, well, the hell with you. No, don't forget, subscribe or like or whatever you do down there. And thanks. I'm Michael Clive. I'll see you Monday. Yeah. Monday. So long, suckers.